Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously, create dozens of quick lists, display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Swing Trading Show. Today we're Wednesday, July 29, 2015. The question bar is open, folks. If ever you have any questions, feel free to ask them. On the markets today, folks, we actually have the FOMC announcement that is expected at 2 o'clock. Several investors do not expect any change from the FOMC announcement because there will be no press conference for today's FOMC announcement. Therefore, if ever there should be a rate hike, well then it's not going to happen today because usually the Fed chairman will need to be there and explain why they raise interest rate. But the key question is, will today's FOMC announcement, will it contain some statements suggesting that in September is a rate hike still on the table? So that's actually what investors are looking for. Right now in the markets, we actually have an intraday rebound. The thing is, we have reached on the SPY the 50% retracement of all that decline. So that's a point where we're actually stabilizing on the S&P 500. Can this rebound continue with as much strength? So far, we have remained patient. Patient in the sense that throughout the decline on the SPY, what we have recommended on MarketGurus.tv have been several short positions. But we remain patient and not closing those positions ahead of the FOMC announcement. I'll give you an example. A stock like TXT, it has been a short positions that we have recommended around here. We have been able to take some profit in that position around this area. Right now the stock is testing dangerously its downward trend, could reverse it. So it's definitely on our watch list to potentially close it, but so far we're not rushing our move to close that position. Now elsewhere, if we take a look at the other situation in the markets, though, we have all investors on the other currencies, the Nikkei, Hang Seng, and the FTSE. They're all waiting for the FOMC announcement. On the Nikkei today, we had the retail sales data that were in line with estimates. The only sector today that is slightly standing out will be the steel sector. I know yesterday I've talked to you about the base metal sector. We did publish a list on MarketGurus.tv. Today there is some stocks that are standing out on that sector though. So if you were a subscriber of MarketGurus.tv, definitely you would have been in a great position to have those picks to be able to make some money today. For instance, a stock like AK Steel Holding, look how active that stock has been intraday. For day trading, we had several entry points on a stock like that. One here, another one there, another one there on AK Steel Holding. Now the next entry point is going to be at 330. Not all stocks have been as active. For instance, United States Steel, well, it was kind of tough to actually get in because we stayed neutral throughout the day on a stock like that. Valley only surged by 3.33%, not as active. Valley needs to break 560 to be interesting and to be an entry point for day trading for Valley. If it does go above 560, $6 is the target, which corresponds to that former resistance on Valley. We also have several mining stocks, such as Hudbay Minerals, such as Lundin Mining, that remain slightly active intraday-wise, but not enough to be able to consider them a nice day trading opportunity. I want to highlight, folks, that those companies, Lundin, Hudbay, they will release their earnings either later tonight or tomorrow. So definitely those stocks have to be watched. I would definitely not be in a rush to buy those stocks ahead of their earnings. We'll also have several gold stocks that will release their earnings tomorrow. Now we have the gold sector here that remains totally neutral, totally flat, totally within its sideways formation. Therefore, gold stocks, though, should not be in a position where you should buy them. I know that Dator Gold will release their earnings tomorrow. So far, the stock stays neutral. It's not a buy. It's not a sell. It's only a stock you should watch to see what the earnings are going to look like. I've taken a look at some reports saying that mostly what investors expect, they expect to have a lot of bad earnings from gold companies. And this is why on MarketGurus.tv, we have a short position in the gold sector, which is Agnico Eagle, and we'll continue to feel comfortable to hold on to that short positions because it continues to keep its downward trend, continues to stay neutral without showing any movement at all. So overall, folks, what I'm going to do today, I'm going to take a look at some news concerning some companies. Take a look also at your questions, if you have any questions concerning a particular strategy or particular sector. But today, really, it's all about day trading again. For swing traders, I think you should wait for what the FOMC announcement is going to say. We don't expect much change, though, but depending on how investors interpret the statements of the FOMC announcement, is a rate hike still on the table for September? I think this is definitely the key statement that we're waiting to see the new market direction, because today's rebound, it doesn't have as much strength to be able to generate enough bullish signal to say that it's a buy, it's a moment to close all our short positions. However, I'm going to show you also the cream of the crop among the list of the buying and selling signals that we had throughout the market on MarketGurus.tv later in the show. So let's start with some news here. We have some news on Gilead Sciences, which released their earnings. They did really well. Revenues increased. The company beat estimates. Altria, they also did well. Really a stock that's been surging for so long, though, has reached technically a technical top, and now it's going down, even if they beat estimates. Cliff Natural Resources, they missed estimates. They made a loss of 28 cents. The stock continues to maintain its downward trend. I know yesterday I've shown you that stock. It was in the list of the stocks to be watched. You see today, it lost some momentum at opening, but finally surged. And the thing that we're monitoring, though, the strategy, or not the strategy, I would say the scenario that we're looking forward to have to confirm that this rebound is a moment to get in, I would say that what we should wait for is to see, first of all, the SPY go down, at least lower than yesterday's bottom. If the SPY does that, goes lower than yesterday's bottom, and we have a MACD that is actually around this area, which means it will confirm a bottom that is higher than yesterday's bottom, while the SPY will go lower than yesterday's bottom, that will confirm a bullish divergence. So we need a MACD around this area with the SPY going lower than 206, and at this point we will say that, okay, it's a moment to get it in some positions. Now there are some sectors that are already starting to be in a great situation for a buy, especially for those of you who have a medium to long-term horizon. For instance, the financial sector, it has not reached its bottom here. Well, yes, it has reached that bottom here. So, but it has not tested it, right? Slightly ahead of that bottom, we rebounded. So the financial sector is definitely a sector that you should actually consider to open some positions if you have a medium to long-term horizon. I'm talking of some banks. We have TD, for instance, which could be a stock that you could definitely buy by putting your exit point if ever TD goes below $50. So TD today would represent a buy for those of you who have a medium to long-term horizon. A stock like Royal Bank of Canada, same scenario as well, which if ever it goes below $70, $71, you close that position. But today that would represent a buy. A stock like National Bank of Canada, if we take a look at that stock here, rebounding directly on its support, if it goes below $43, that's a sell on a stock like National Bank of Canada. So this is actually the particular sector that is standing out. On the TSX, we also have the consumer discretionary sector that is slightly bullish, because the consumer discretionary sector, we have Thomson Reuters that actually released their earnings. They did pretty well. But Thomson Reuters as a buy, though, there's a resistance that's there that we're breaking out, but it's really slightly that we're breaking it out. Usually our strategy is not to recommend any stock as an analyst choice if it breaks out on its earnings, because the momentum tends to be short-lived. However, it's definitely one of the few breakouts that is helping the consumer discretionary sector. So some companies here and there are doing pretty well on their earnings. On the Canadian side, the major earnings that we had some earnings from Sherritt. I want to show that to you here. So we have Twitter. That finally what Twitter said is that they said that their numbers for the next quarter are going to be negative because they don't see a lot of growth in their share and their users. Amazon, they're talking of actually adopting some new stuff for their drones. Sherritt, they released their earnings. They did well compared to estimates. Calfac Well Services also did well. Centerra did well, but the stock remains neutral. Not a buy yet, but definitely did pretty well. 625, 630 is going to be a buy on a stock like Centerra Gold. So far, hold on to it. We also had some news on Intact Financial. They missed estimates, but the stock is in a clear breakout, fueling the momentum of the financial sector. So definitely Intact Financial, the buy is going to be at 95.34. Now let's take a look at some questions here. Hi Chris, bottom fishing got Yelp this morning at at 2370. Man, JJ, you're wow. What should be your first target? Man, JJ, you have such a big risk tolerance, bigger than me, I have to admit. Now, what will be the target? Man, it's so. I don't know what news made the Yelp drop so much. Earnings, yeah, it's the earnings. So on the earnings, not good. Now, for that stock, what could be my target? Well, one thing we usually use is to use a Fibonacci retracement, right? From that top to that bottom, we could have a target towards $30, right? That could be a first target. But the thing is, a stock that is going down in its earnings, it might be exaggerated, right? But who knows, right? And for me, it's kind of tough to say if it's a right point to get in. I think your exit point should be clear. Your exit point, if ever Yelp goes below your paid price for the next few days, it's a moment to get out on Yelp, because we will get out of this important downward corridor. So we're going to take a slight break, and after I'll be back with the further explanation on Yelp that JJ bought, and also questions from James Chong.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
Welcome back. Now, JJ Yelp, I would say Yelp that JJ really tough trade. It's not a trade that we will do, but as I said, if it goes below your price that you paid, you should get out on Yelp. $30 could be a first target on a stock like that, but it's definitely a risky trade that you did there on Yelp, but it could pay off. Now, we have one question here from James, BIOA. That's a company that we have hosted for an interview several times, I think 2-3 times. Well, I have to say that I personally like the business model of this company, especially how they have been able to navigate in a tough environment to raise capital. I know the company have secured some loans. They had some contracts. They have an innovative technology. Now the stock is testing the bottom of a downward corridor. Could that be the point that could trigger a potential rebound on that stock? It could be, right? Now, 692, for me, it's a point that you should watch for a stock like that. I think around 692, if ever you have a 933 stochastics, James, that is starting to tilt towards 30-40%, that will be a point that will confirm a bottom on BIOA. So far, the histogram is not clear. We still have a histogram that is tilting towards negative territory. So we need a histogram 728.7 that is tilting more towards positive territory. So those are some key aspects I'd like to favor first. It's not a buy right now. The downward trend is still maintained. Stochastics is showing us that there's still a wave of sellers that is coming in. We're not yet oversold. However, around 692, as I said, it's a point where I think that you should watch that stock to see if it can confirm a bottom, and it will confirm a clear bottom, and it will be a buy if ever I see a wave of buyers on the stochastics towards a 30%, and also a histogram that is more towards positive territory. So those would be the key technical indicators I would look for. As I said, fundamentally speaking, I actually love the story of the company. If you want to learn more about this company, go to the interview segment and you'll see the interviews that the CEO gave us. Now, hi Chris, what do you think of SOT.UN? Slate Office REIT. Well, it's a stock that took a beating. I don't know if they're only involved in Canada, Slate Office REIT, but really the office sector and the real estate sector is having a big problem. First of all, there's a lot of companies that are trying to cut their costs and not rent as much offices as before. We also know that a lot of companies that are involved, for instance, in the e-commerce, they prefer to use major parks instead of using offices. I'm talking of companies, for instance, like Amazon. They rather have a big industrial park to store their stuff there, to order delivery, instead of having an office. So it's really a tough environment for companies like that. It's a new company for Slate Office REIT. For me, as long as this stock continues to maintain its downward trend, I'm not a buyer at all on that stock. Now, are we starting to see a confirmation of a bottom? Yes, possibly. We have a histogram that's there. The stock continues to make new low, while the histogram is actually starting to be positive. So it is confirming a short-term bullish divergence that could bring the stock slightly higher, at least towards $7. So if you want to buy that stock, I would say you could give it a shot, open a half position, and your target to take some profit is around 713. But if you want to open in a less risky situation, I would say wait for the reversal of this downward trend. Wait for the stock to break 720, 725. But we have a bullish divergence that is confirmed for target around $7. If you're getting in now, put your exit point around 675 on the stock like Slate Office REIT. And I also said that, Louis, that really the office environment in Canada has a tough years. Last year was really a tough year, and it continues to be a tough year for REITs that are selling offices. Now, this is the list, folks, of the best breakouts and breakdowns throughout the market. We have one in the venture here that's pretty nice. It's Pure Energy Minerals. Pretty nice increase there, but except it's surging by 16%, so you do have a lot of risk on that stock. Now, as for the day trade of the day, it's that stock here, RGRT, which did some nice entry point. And right now the stock is losing some momentum, but the next entry point is going to be towards 532 on a stock like RGET on NASDAQ. But it has been the best day trade of the day. We did have those stocks too that stood out, but really RGET has been our best pick of the day. So all eyes right now on the FOMC announcement at 2 o'clock. What we're doing on MarketGurus.tv is being patient, not rushing our move to close a lot of our short positions, because we still have markets that are rebounding, yes, today, but not able to make a new high. It's not able to confirm a rebound that is taking a lot of strength. Therefore, it's important to not rush your move. See if the FOMC announcement is a rate hike is still on the table for September. That's what investors are watching. Avoid the gold sector. Concerning the base metal sector, we could have the pursuit of the rebound depending if the markets confirm a bullish divergence. I've shown you the MACD and the level that the SPY needs to reach to confirm a bullish divergence. But so far, it's not what we have. So we cannot say that it's a moment to start to buy a lot of stocks because we do not have this bullish divergence that is confirmed on the market. So I wish you all a good trading and see you tomorrow on the Swing Trading Show.